Thank you for choosing to watch this very short 4-minute video. I'm Pastor Tim Luschan. For 18 years now, I've been a member and the pastor of what locals around Youngwood, PA call the Old Stone Church. Please consider this as a personal invitation to visit a church that has been in this community for over 177 years. I am very well aware that for many these days, attending church is not considered as a priority, and I think I understand some reasons why. First of all, I believe the fault must be placed where it belongs. We who lead churches and the members of those churches must take a very realistic look at ourselves before we criticize someone who does not attend one of the Lord's kind of churches. It is no secret that the perception of the importance of why to go to church, for the most part, is being lost. I believe this is due to several reasons, but the greatest factor in this is that God's true purpose for church has been obscured due to being replaced by ideas and practices introduced by society and man-conceived religion. Think about these next thoughts. If God established church, what was His purpose for it? If, as the Scriptures record, Jesus Christ is the head, the only head of His church, then why are there so many differing kinds of churches? If God actually had men produce a copy of His written word to guide His church, then why are there so many contradicting versions of a book called the Holy Bible? I believe that not knowing the absolute truth to be able to answer each of those valid questions is a huge part of the reason church is becoming less and less of a weekly priority. Church was never intended to be a place of human entertainment. You can get that staying at home watching media. Church was never intended to be a social event. Such things can be enjoyed in society, but society and church are supposed to be two distinctly different things altogether. Church was never intended to be patterned after or altered by anything of the nature of this world. Here's a question for you. If those things are true, then why church? Church is supposed to be a place where people in society come into God's realm for about an hour or so out of their allotment of the 168 hours we all get every week. Church was supposed to be a place where those who are not 100% sure, where they will spend eternity after death, can learn exactly how they can know from God's one and only written way to heaven. Church is supposed to be a place where those who claim to be Christians on their way to heaven can learn God's plan for them to live as godly examples to those in society. Will you please consider visiting the Hilltop Baptist Church? Please take just a few moments to really measure the things which have been presented in this invitation to church. In its 177-year history, this church has never had a perfect pastor or members, but this church has not become a place influenced or patterned after the society or community around it. We still desire to fulfill the Lord's plan to help the next troubled soul to find the absolute assurance and the peace of scriptural, eternal salvation, and how to be able to live in a world where society is only getting worse and worse. That is why church has got to be just church. Society brought into church ruins God's purpose for the church, of which He writes, He has purchased when He offered His own blood as full payment, both for our sins and for His kind of church. If you need to ask any question before you decide to attend or not, please contact me without hesitation. You can leave a message at 724-925-7100 or text or call me direct at 724-787-9914. If you are interested in learning about the one and only kind of eternal salvation of which God has offered to us, and done so in writing, please click on the video entitled, What Does It Mean to Be Saved? Thank you for listening and watching this short video.